Yeah. Press the record button. Go on, Will. You got this. You got it this time.
Not this problem again.
Press the button. Just press it.
Like it's an iPhone. Treat it like an iPhone.
Yeah.
Press.
If I have to come over there and do it.
Press.
Nice. Yeah. Woo!
Oh god, that took so long.
Anywho.
All right, boys. Welcome again. Thank you for coming. What are we drinking today?
We're drinking non-alcoholic beer.
Non-alcoholic
No, it's
beer.
not non-alcoholic. Low ABV beer.
There you are, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Enjoy.
Get the warm one. Oh, it is cold.
You're getting the warm
Yeah, it's
one
been in the
first.
fridge.
That's why I'm happy to go first, because it's just come out of the fridge.
Oh, let's give it a go.
Cheers.
Alrighty.
I pour my non-alcoholic beer into my alcohol.
I have to drink so much.
Do you want alcohol glass? Is there such thing as a non-alcoholic glass?
There's a non-alcoholic glass.
I think every glass is just...
Is non-alcoholic.
Every glass is usable now.
Don't know why I insisted on. Yeah,
No, I swear
I'm
it's
crushing
exactly
it.
the same way.
Oh, but then we haven't got one for the middle.
You
Wait.
got yours. Okay. Because you don't do these things.
Genius.
Like
Okay.
to show off my masculinity, I'm squeezing.
Squeezing. That's not what I was trying to do.
No?
No.
Okay.
No, you can see.
Right.
So, damn, it looks, before the start, it looks lively as hell.
Super clear, to be fair.
It looks like iron brew. Anyone get a look of iron brew?
Yeah, I get it.
I haven't drank iron brew in so long.
Definitely doesn't taste like iron brew.
Don't really taste like beer to me, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, when I was reading about them. Oh, can we turn the music down slightly as well?
Oh god, copyright, blah blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
That's better. Yeah, when I was reading about it, apparently they don't like the malty flavors of beer. They don't like beer that has like a rich malt character. They like beer that is light
Non-alcoholic.
and non-alcoholic.
And not beer.
And it's not very much like beer. This
I think I don't want to say this, but I think that's fucking bullshit, man. Like, this is just the flavor of non-alcoholic, of like a lot of non-alcoholic beer because of the process.
this is kind of a lightly hopped water to me.
Yeah, but that's because we don't drink it normally. But the process of making non-alcoholic beer pretty much always means that you lose a ton of flavor.
So these guys, Infinite Beer, say they do it exactly the same way.
These guys, they do it exactly the same way.
They brew their beer exactly the same way as you would brew a normal beer, but they change like the ratios of ingredients, temperatures, and timings
Right.
to get it to less alcohol.
So they don't do anything after the fact to reduce
They don't do
the
anything
alcohol.
after the fact. They don't remove the alcohol. They just brew it at a low ABV to begin with.
Right. Yeah, that was the same as this one, actually, wasn't it? The small
Small-
beer.
the
They
small
say
beer do
that
it
they
as
have
well.
like some magical process that makes it without a ton of alcohol, which I don't really understand. So why
Exactly
does
the same as this one, and they don't mention anywhere on the internet how they do it. They just say they do it in a completely different way to others.
everyone seems to be saying that they do it in a completely different way to
Everyone
others,
makes
but
their
there's only
non-alcoholic
like
beer different.
Is it
There's
just
only,
overall
like-
they all do it the same way?
there's only three
Tell each other.
ways that I know of how to do it.
Maybe there's
How to
more.
make non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah. All non-alcoholic beer starts off as an alcoholic beer, and then
So
you can
do you,
either
do you know the three
yeah
processes?
yeah.
How
So
they work?
essentially, three of the processes, but yeah, you can just cook it,
Mm.
but then that cooks off a ton of flavor. But by cooking it, you cook off the alcohol, right? A lot of companies now, like Lucky Saint, they put theirs in a vacuum, which lowers the temperature that alcohol is going to evaporate, and so you don't have to get it as hot.
Because you're cooking it for a longer time.
Well, you don't need to get it as hot because it's in a vacuum, so it evaporates at a lower temperature.
Right.
So you don't need to go up to like 70 degrees, which would cook all the flavor out of your beer. It
Yeah.
would just evaporate at a much lower temperature. Or you can do reverse osmosis, which is basically where you, after you've brewed your beer, you pass it through this filter, which is extremely fine, and it only lets water and alcohol plus a few like acids pass through it. And you pass it through that, and then you'll have basically your beer separated now into like sugar and yeast and alcohol and water. And then you cook the alcohol out of the water, and then add that back to the other half. And then you have now non-alcoholic beer. But then if you do it that way, you have to recarbonate your beer afterwards.
Yeah.
By forcing, just like, you know how you would carbonate soda water, which is called forced carbonation, actually.
Forced carbonation.
Forced carbonation, yeah. So you have to carbonate it again afterwards. And then, yeah, then you have beer.
Interesting.
Basically, those are the 3 ways I know how to do it.
Right.
Which might be why these beers are so, well, why this one is so light, because if you're only going to brew it up to like 0.3%, I swear in beer making, a lot of the flavour comes from like the process of the yeast. Processing them, so actually, that's probably why it doesn't taste all that flavourful. Because it's not being brewed all the way up to strength, which just means less yeast, less potent yeast, or less time. I don't know.
Less heat, less sugar, less something.
Less something at least in our
Less things. But to be fair, the more I'm drinking it, the more I'm reminded that it is actually a lager. It does. I would see it as a lager. It's probably similar to like a.
Oh yeah, if you were to categorize it, it's definitely a lager.
Like a Budweiser or slightly less malty.
Lighter than Budweiser.
Budweiser, yeah, maybe.
So light, man. It's fully like water, bro.
Probably push it closer to the way of Foster's.
Probably is like a Foster's.
It's more,
they're trying to be that
like
crisp, refreshing kind of.
Is Foster's crisp and refreshing?
That's how they say it. That's how they advertise it.
Yeah, is it though? I don't know, man.
You need to judge.
I'm not a fan of Foster's.
I don't drink Foster's.
I don't drink Foster's. I had a bit too much at one of those parties that we went to years ago. Huh? Foster's, not a good call.
No trademarks.
Right, so why are we actually here today drinking?
Why are we here today? Well, actually, I figured we would take the opportunity while we're drinking non-alcoholic beer, when we're probably not going to get so rampant at the end of these things.
My bottle of whiskey that's down here.
Just keep topping it up.
Shove that over there.
That we could sort of discuss and talk about what our plans are for the year in terms of projects that we're going to be doing. Fingers crossed everything opens up again, but things like our shrubbery plan, which not many people know about, and then ideas with this podcast and with just the future of the Old Flat 5 brand in general.
Damn, that's a lot to cover.
Wow, I mean, it's just conversation topic, isn't it?
No. It is a lot to cover there. We've got a lot going on.
We do have a lot going on.
We've got a lot going on. Shrubbery. How long have we had the idea for shrubbery now? We came up with it.
Not again.
Yes! It's because I always have a coffee before we do this shit.
Let it go. Let it pass.
Yeah, when did we come up with the idea for shrubbery? It was in that
Shrubbery was last.
Down in Putney, at that pub.
Shrubbery came about because I was at work making gooseberry and honey syrup.
Right.
And I was holding the jars in my hand, and I turned to you, didn't I, with a jar, and I was like, Jamie, what if you put a cocktail in a jar?
Yeah, and I was just like, it's been done, bro.
Well, you were like, yeah, you could definitely do it. You can definitely fucking do it.
Jam jar cocktails. Although not in the way, to be fair, not in the way of it being like an actual jam jar. Most people do it in those like square. You've seen them.
Yeah.
They're like square jam jars, but they have a handle on, so they're like to be drank out of.
Yeah.
No, and then yeah.
They've got lemonades. They do like fresh lemonades.
People do all sorts of shit in those, mate.
Yeah.
Everything. But yeah, no, then I remember being in the pub. I remember being in the pub in Putney, the three of us, and we just started chatting about it, and like half an hour later we had this entire
pretty much like a whole like brand.
A whole brand, like what we wanted it to be.
And everything.
So, well, why didn't you just tell everyone what it is then?
What shrubbery is?
Yeah.
So shrubbery is our sort of pop-up events and basic general good time bar idea, where we want to be selling shrub-based cocktails. I'm trying to think the best way of describing it. This is probably the thing we haven't figured out that well. Is what our like tagline is. What is our
tagline?
selling
What
pitch?
is our like brand mission?
Because we wanna. The whole idea, all the cocktails are based around fresh fruit shrub.
Fresh fruit, locally sourced, zero
And
waste.
For anyone who doesn't know what a shrub is, it is essentially a fruit, sugar, and vinegar based mixer. Is probably the best category to put it in. That's what I've seen online for shrubs.
Yeah, but
They call them like mixers, but it's
mean,
more of like a.
it's a hydroscopic extraction of juice using sugar that you then I want to say fortify, but the word isn't fortify. You fortify it with vinegar. There's another word for it. Just like protect
You add
it.
vinegar.
You add vinegar. You fortify it with vinegar, and then well, it keeps for a really long time. It's good for gut health, and essentially, you can buy drinking vinegars. People drink this a lot, but we just like it. We just like it as a flavor. Basically, it adds as this small amount of vinegar inside the drink just kind of changes it completely.
It's easy, it's simple. You can mix it with pretty much anything.
Good for you.
And it's
good
It's
for
so much
you.
good stuff in it.
It is good.
And it's alcoholic.
Well, I mean, we make it alcoholic.
We make it alcoholic, so it's
You add
alcoholic.
it to
Two
cocktails.
cocktails. Yeah, but you can just drink it as it is. It's actually, it's really.
It's a good
for
thing.
you.
Drinking vinegar's got quite popular a couple of years ago.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people started drinking
I see it on the internet
vinegar,
now,
like different
yeah.
flavored vinegars and things, and
It's a really fun way to.
it
make
might
flavoured
still
vinegar, actually.
be like a big thing. It might still people
I
might still
yeah.
be doing it a lot.
I think it is. It's
But basically,
great.
that's the idea.
Yeah, we're gonna take shrubs.
How the hell we're actually going to pull it off is another
Well,
question.
we've come up
but
with what? We've come up with three drinks. We're
Yep.
aiming for 5.
Yeah,
We've come up with 3. They're pretty fucking good.
they are pretty nice.
We've got garnish ideas. We've got ways to reduce waste.
Mhm.
To be fair, I'd say that strawberry is like pretty much ready to
We
go.
just need all the
Strawberry's pretty
festivals
much
to
there.
open. That's all we need.
Pretty
Is this the
much.
bottleneck for it? Is
Wait,
it
what's the
just
bottleneck?
the festivals?
We need-
like this
what-
lack
as
of
soon as-
like
Yeah.
They're open.
Yeah.
It's
That's when we can
unsurety.
get up.
Yeah. We need to know like for sure when we're going to be able to actually like go to an event and pop this up so that we have a day
yeah.
to work towards, and we also know that we need to have like all of our licensing and like everything that we need to get done before that point. It's not going to be too expensive.
No.
It's not going to be too expensive.
No.
We've already worked all that out. Literally, the only bottleneck is the fact that there's just no one going out to bars at all at the moment. So
I mean, we could definitely look into like doing like delivery, sending them off, packaging.
Delivery.
yeah,
cocktails.
but then I'm
don't know
not
how.
certain that legally we would be able to produce stuff fit for retail in this kitchen.
Right.
Just because we don't have like all of the things that comply with regulation, like ventilation.
Yeah.
First of all, you need really good ventilation.
And we have 0.
We have none for some reason. Who makes a fucking house without an extraction fan? I don't know, but we don't have it, and we would need it.
Yeah.
But like, no, one day I think we can do it. It's just you got to set it up, and we don't have the infrastructure.
I think we
To
get
do
yourself
that.
into a little production kitchen somewhere.
Yeah, we could hire a kitchen.
And then
How sick would that be?
Well, that was the plan. Yeah, we were going to get one of those prep kitchens.
Yeah, you can just like hire them for a day
hire
or
them
two
out
at a time.
overnight before the event.
Make everything.
Make everything, and then we take it there.
Fuck.
Yeah,
so much
lot to do.
chopping.
it's just
What
hours of cutting up
the thing
fruit.
we need mostly for shrubbery
Space.
is storage space. Somewhere cold enough to store like 20 to 30 litres of shrub. And
vinegars.
shrubs.
I mean, at that
and
point,
then
you're
like
gonna need a walk-in fridge.
cocktail mixes, yeah, and we're gonna need like we're gonna need places to make all of our spirits and infusions and like the coconut fat wash, shit like that. Like that's the issue, storage space. 'Cause you could fit like 2 of those little red like gastronome things.
In that fridge,
In that
you'd
fridge.
fit 1.5.
You reckon 1.5? If
One
you
and a half.
empty it, you can get 2 in there, maybe like this.
Maybe.
I think so. One on top of the other, all the shelves out. But we're
I
going
thought
to
you were
need
going
like,
for it then, Will.
yeah,
even on
mate.
the non-alcoholic beer, still giving it a good effort.
I'm gonna save that last bit. Although it does taste, when you get to the bottom, I get a lot more malty taste.
Yeah?
A malty taste. Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, it might have been because I brushed my teeth like an hour ago, but
I brushed my teeth like 5
Right
minutes
before you
we
started
did this.
drinking.
I am minty fresh.
yeah.
I just would order a glass of water over this.
I think it's just the fact that if you don't want to drink alcohol, you're not a big alcohol drinker, and you want to
Then
fit
why
in.
would you fit in? Fuck that. It's
not about fit. It shouldn't be
about fitting in.
The
It is,
fact
but
of
it
whether
shouldn't be.
you drink or not should not determine whether you are like part of a group or not.
Yeah, but if you want to
If
go
you
out
don't like
and
drinking, why
what's the
would you
drink-
opt to drink something that tastes like alcohol? If you don't like drinking, it's probably because you don't like the taste.
Well, why would you? What would be like a reasoning behind it? How do
That's
these
what
people
I'm
sell
trying
beer?
to get to. It's
like
lower
the-
ABV, it's lower
obviously-
calories, it's better for you.
So that's probably the main reason. And then you can drive home at the end of the night.
Yeah,
I don't have
but
to worry
you
about
can drive
Uber
home at the
or-
end of the night on a glass of water, or some orange juice,
That's true.
or like any other thing that's really, really delicious, non-alcoholic, rather than something that's just slightly less appealing than the normal one.
Mm.
And it has no alcohol in it.
Mm. Mm.
For me, I wouldn't drink it. I wouldn't buy it.
No.
Because like, how much is a bottle of something like this? It's like £4.30.
No, £1.79.
I mean, like in a
I
bar.
think.
In a bar.
Oh, in a bar, probably like.
£4.30,
Well, it's like
£5.
four to £5 is the price of a pint. I reckon this would probably be like 3.
In London, you can pay a lot
£2.90.
more for a pint.
Yeah.
Like six or 7 quid
Yeah.
for a pint. So yeah, I'd say like
Yeah, probably.
between 4 and 5 quid. That's a lot of money.
It is.
That's a lot of money. And it's because tax on beer is 11% higher in the UK than like the rest of Europe / the world. It's like, it's just
it's
stupidly
probably
high.
just
Beer
still gonna
levying
keep
in the
going
UK
up.
is ridiculous. So expensive. Beer here would be so much cheaper. It'd be like going to Prague and being able to get a pint for like a quid.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's an entire battle on its own. I'm ready for the next one,
I think I'm ready for the next one.
but
I don't know if I really
Don't
want to
wanna
finish
drink
it,
the
to be
rest of
honest.
this one.
Should we
Yeah.
just pass on it?
just tip
no
it.
need to
it's
finish
a
it,
waste.
is there?
It's a waste. No, there's really no need.
Just get the rest of it down, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. Well,
If it's like water, drink it like water. Come on, you fish.
Yeah, fuck it. Fish. I'm not a fish. I'll be
So
drunk as a fish.
what's the next one? Which one are we going to go for next?
I was going to go with the small beer next.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's one I'm quite excited about.
Oh, so let's,
Because I've never had a dark lager before.
is that what it is? Oh,
Yeah.
It's a dark lager.
It's supposed to be like a lager,
Yeah.
and then have kind of like dark, chocolatey, roasted notes towards the end. Again, they're using some special way to create this without having to ever vacuum distill, reverse osmosis, any of that shit. Thank you. But yeah, small beer.
Yeah, got an extra cold one.
Small beer can be dated back to medieval Europe,
Yeah.
and it was basically their way of. Well, it was invented for the middle classes, so that because water around that time was pretty polluted and shit like that. But having a low ABV beer, which was mainly water and had a little bit of alcohol, was enough to kill bacteria and make it a lot safer to drink.
Yeah.
Basically, and that was the term for that was small beer.
Small beer.
Yeah. And so now this company's popped up as the first independent brewery that makes only small beers, low ABV. So I've started to see these around quite a bit. So this should actually be really good.
Small beer I first saw at Imbibe, not last year, the year before.
Yeah, before. Yeah, because last year it was live.
And they're a
on,
really cool, like really
internet.
friendly company.
Whoa.
Like their whole like sort of
dark.
brand identity. Well, it's a
No,
dark.
it's dark lager.
Yeah, the whole like sort of ethos and everything about them was like actually really nice. They're a cool like group of people. and they seem to really like beer.
Yeah.
And actually, looking at it, that looks like a really, really nice
It looks like a stout, doesn't it?
beer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a dark IPA. That's what it looks like.
Almost smells like a stout.
Almost.
You know what I mean?
I can sort of get
really
like a slight
subtle,
coffee
coffee
kind of
like roasted
smell.
flavors.
Yeah.
Right there, but like you have to really to get it up there. Can we get real beer next time? It's like, again, just water with like the idea of coffee at the end.
Yeah, but I actually quite like it.
What?
Isn't that just what a non-alcoholic beer is, though?
Well,
just
essentially,
water with the idea of a beer.
But what Jamie's missing is like the mouthfeel.
The mouthfeel,
like
the texture, like the flavour, the bang
of muscle.
of flavour.
Yeah.
Like, when I drink something non-alcoholic, say like juice is great. It's full of flavour. I love drinking juice.
Yeah.
I like drinking alcohol. I like drinking beer. It's full of flavour. Drinking non-alcoholic beer is just paying for something with like half the flavour as something else.
But then, okay, maybe you have to think about context then for non-alcoholic beers.
Right, absolutely.
And
some people love it. Some people love like the concept behind it, and there are plenty of reasons to drink it. I'm talking totally for me.
And
I'm kind of just playing like,
personal.
yeah, it's 100% personal. Everything I say is 100% personal.
We're just going to have flashing lights every time Jamie makes a comment.
opinion. No, but what was I going to say? I had one last thing. I was
something
gonna
about
say.
it.
I'm just kind of playing like devil's advocate here, being like the guy who's totally against it, and then you two can just kind of come in and try and convince me.
You're like, no, man, come on, take another sip.
Take another
just
sip,
like pouring it down your throat.
down my
bro,
fucking
if you
mouth.
drink
man.
another 200, you'll be fine.
If you drink another 200, you'll be waved.
You gotta get down your
I'm-
next hour.
I could have this, I reckon. More than the Infinite Lager. I reckon this I would actually enjoy because I think it's close enough to being a new kind of beer.
It's different.
It's different than just doing like non-alcoholic lagers and things. Because a lot of people like Heineken and Beck's do a fucking Beck's Blue and all these non-alcoholic lagers
Beck's
that are
Blue.
just like
Whoa.
water with
That's something I have not drank in a long
like
time.
steeped with hops.
Yeah, essentially.
But
Water
this,
steeped with
like
hops.
doing a dark lager, a non-alcoholic dark lager, interests me enough that maybe if I was at like an event,
Yeah,
and I
if you
had to
an
go
event
somewhere
and you could-
afterwards, or I was like doing something like managing something,
Yeah,
or
you would
like,
try it.
I would drink these.
Contextually, I can't think of a context where I would pay for one. I had Lucky Saint at work once because
Well, I
someone
don't know
gave
if
it
I
to
would
me.
pay for one. I think if I was at one of these events, I would be,
Yeah, like imbibe, you would
like
try it.
cheeky and get myself a couple
Get
of free
yourself
ones.
a couple of free ones, then just drink them like in the middle of the afternoon. I've had a Lucky Saint in the morning before, at like 10 a.m.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? It's non-alcoholic. It's
Beer
fine.
should be a time for every. There should be a time
Breakfast
for beer.
lunch
Well,
beer,
breakfast beer
beer
is
at
a thing.
11's.
There's
You
a
just wake
there's
up
a
at 9 in the morning.
kind of
Have a
beer.
beer.
Budweiser.
So there's a kind of beer called a breakfast stout.
Breakfast
What?
stout.
Yeah, not because you're supposed to drink it at breakfast time, or maybe you
Because of
are.
the flavours.
It's because they're using like a mix of like breakfast type oats and grains and malts and things. Are you googling it?
Yeah.
So is it like more of like a
Stout,
bit
I
of a
can drink
darker
at
roast?
breakfast. Are you
Breakfast
joking?
stout. Yes, please sign me
Yes,
up.
Please sign me up. Breakfast stout.
Is it just like more of like a dark roast like this again?
Ones of flaked oats,
Don't know.
bitter.
Probably,
Wow, this
yeah.
is a 8.3%
Yeah, you can
breakfast
get some spicy
stout.
ones.
Spicy one.
Yes, I'm at least 21 years old.
What do we got?
So, brewed with an abundance of flaked oats, bitter and imported chocolates, and 2 types of coffee. This stout has immense fresh roasted Java nose topped with frothy cinnamon coloured head that goes forever. Yeah, as you say, it's pretty much just like a kind of
Yeah.
pain au chocolat.
A pan of chocolat in a glass.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it sounds like to me.
That's a perfect way of describing it, I think.
Pain au chocolat in a glass.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, you can have it
Yeah,
at
no,
breakfast.
for me, this
apparently.
Do you not like it?
it's. Do you know what it reminds me of? A watered down can of Coke. That's
A watered down can of Coke.
Like when you've forgotten about it and all the ice is
It's just
melted.
melted,
and
isn't
it's
it?
just
That's
left
you know when
all-
you get McDonald's and you get
Mhm.
the Coke, but you don't drink all of it, and then the next morning you drink that Coke. That's what it reminds me of.
I wouldn't have drank the Coke.
No?
Not the next day, no.
Or sometimes when you're in dire need of a drink.
That's true, that's
you
true.
wake up and then there's a drink there.
No, no.
That's what that tastes like.
I still like it.
Ooh.
I'm enjoying it. The fact it's not alcoholic isn't really bothering me. I can kind of see it as a beer still.
I think
Yeah.
I can enjoy it as if it's a beer.
As if it's a beer. But for how long?
I don't know. Maybe like 2 or 3. Sit me down at like a meal.
Like a meal, 2 or 3 of those?
Eat some good food. Drink some of these.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be
for
like
driving.
stumbling out of the restaurant at the end of it.
No. You,
Not like you
Definitely,
should.
most definitely
It's,
not.
it's 1%.
And this, what was the
Yeah.
infinity one?
0.5.
0.3.
I think. 0.3.
I thought so. Oh no, that's 0.3. This is 0. Maybe it's 0.5.
0.5. I think.
Does it even say?
Of course,
Says
it
somewhere.
says it has to say. 33 calories. That's great. 0.5.
0.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
0.3, 0.5, 1. This is the strongest one.
This is the strongest one, yeah. I think Small Beer tried to do everything under 2.8%.
Under 2.8.
It's their thing. So yeah, some of their beers will be 2.8%, but that is still in the low alcohol stage.
Yeah, that's
sort of
I'm pretty
category.
sure. Well, yeah, it's low alcohol, but no alcohol is less than 0.5.
Yeah.
So this is alcoholic,
Yes.
unlike these two, which are non-alcoholic.
Yes.
Weird how like 0.5 ABV makes that difference, right? Like this is technically another thing.
Yeah. Like it's a completely
This is a
different drink
completely
now.
different thing, completely different category to these two, but it's only like 0.5%, a little bit extra alcohol.
Yeah.
Mad.
Interesting.
I'm
Yes.
I don't think I'm going to finish it.
You don't. Like you just don't think you can.
It's just like a lot of liquid, you know.
That's what I mean. We don't have to be chugging these. We don't have to chug them on like.
no, I know, but
the
I like
alcoholic
chugging them.
beers.
I like finishing the
I
alcoholic
think this says a
beers.
lot about
It does.
like
it does.
us
It
and
does.
who we
It's
are.
very telling. It's very telling. But
But that's
okay.
what we're about. We like to enjoy these things. We like to have a good time, and we like to
Throw beer around.
throw
Throw
beer.
and get revenge when you push me off the fucking chair.
Old Flat Five.
next
Who
Old
the
Really?
flat five.
fuck are
What the
they?
Fuck is
Who
that?
are they? Will, who are they?
They are 3 people.
Right.
Lived
Yes,
in
they are.
That lived in a flat. That was number 5.
Number 5.
And
Yes.
the name came from Jamie. Actually, you came up with the name, didn't you?
I don't remember. I
Do you
think
know-
I did.
The
I
game.
think I
The
did,
name
yeah.
came from a game that we played.
did?
Yeah.
I
Do you
remember
guys not
being-
remember?
I
There
remember
must be
being
2
on
stories
the
then.
balcony
No.
drinking.
Okay,
So,
it's 3 stories.
What? We were on the balcony, and I just went old flat 5, and you two went yup.
So the
yeah,
story
because right. This
Go on.
is how I
Okay,
remember
it's
it.
just
There
different parts
we
of the
played a
same
game
story.
that was basically like,
the
it
name
was
of
called
your
the
bar.
name of your bar. Yeah.
Oh,
So-
Okay,
so
3 stories
people
come
would
together.
say
Whenever like someone said
something, and
something,
we'd always be like,
another
"Name your
person
bar."
could claim and say that's the name of your
Name your
bar,
bar.
and
Yeah,
we were
yeah,
like,
yeah,
haha,
yeah.
you'd have to name your bar that. Then
Yeah, okay, I remember
one
that.
day you came out being like, we're the boys of Old Flat 5, and I was like, Old Flat 5,
Name of your bar.
name of your bar, and then we all sort of turned around and went,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, actually,
Go on then.
pretty good name for a bar.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, and that's
what
how-
is that bar going to be like?
That's
what are
what
we
we're
going to
trying to
put
envision.
in?
I'm
there?
imagining. You know how I'm imagining it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
imagining
yeah.
like
I think we're on the same page with it. We want like sort of
I want like
dim lit.
Yeah, I started to think about like so many different styles. I was thinking about the other day, like all white bar, right? Everything white, everything white. So in the day, it's going to be super airy, cafe vibes, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do remember
Right?
this. Yeah.
And then on the back, I want like this kind of like striking, like exposed metal kind of like shelving, and on that to have all of like our shrubs and stuff macerating, tons of like pops of color all over the place. I want one of those sliding ladders along the back.
Yep.
So you can get up
the
to
library
shrubs and
ladders,
stuff
yeah.
like library ladders, right? And then I'm thinking because of this all white vibe in the day, it's going to be great. But as soon as the sun goes down and you get some fucking nice lights, like red, blue, pick a fucking color, whatever you want, you can set that up. So you imagine like that white is just going to take on any color that shines on
You
it.
thinking like low hanging lights?
You can get like a low lighting with like pops of color all over the bar, like making it into this like super cool, like super vibey place. I don't know how to put it into words, but then you have like a genuine distinction between like the 2 times a day, you know. But yeah, that's one of my ideas.
Yeah.
But then I've got like I also like the idea of like that classic kind of like wooden, old school kind of
I
bar.
was thinking of the look of like a jazz bar or something like that.
Jazz bar
a
vibe.
Jazz bar vibe. I'd be up
Yeah.
for having jazz as well, like live music. We should do live music.
Live music we're 100% doing
Good.
because I really want live music.
Yeah, live music will be.
I just want like
live
constant
music in
gigs
bars
happening.
Is the shit.
Yeah.
It's a good vibe because you get everyone going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
together.
exactly.
My favourite bars are the ones that have like the best bands, like
Yeah,
or
live
like
music.
decent like independent artists,
Yeah.
like local
Should we try and
artists.
get
But
Drake to come and do
Get Drake.
Drake to come and perform.
Come perform at Old Flat 5. You know,
never
if
know.
it gets
Never
big
know.
enough, you never know. Never say never.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, one day when we've just had Drake on the podcast, even
On the podcast.
That's when we
Wow.
ask him to come and perform at Old Flat
Old
5.
Flat
We'll have
5.
him on this podcast on like episode. I'm going to predict now, episode 324.
324.
Yeah, that's when we have Drake on,
Damn.
and that's
Damn.
when we ask him to
That's
come
when
and
we ask him to
perform at
come
our
and
bar.
perform. Yeah, we'll just drink a ton of like
Non-alcoholic
something.
beers.
Non-alcoholic beers with Drake. Sure. Yeah. He's a family man now, don't you know?
Is it?
So-
Ah, he is. That's
Yeah.
good, that is.
Yeah. So maybe he would love a non-alcoholic beer.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'll text him.
Let's give an old bet.
What's your like? How do you foresee Old Flat
I mean,
5? Because me and Elliot are on very
I see it
somewhat
as,
similar ideas.
as a comfort bar. Because I'm obviously seeing it at the moment from a food perspective.
Yeah.
I'm liking the idea of comfort food.
It's the whole gourmet
Yeah,
comfort food
gourmet
type.
comfort
Exactly.
food.
Small food.
Type idea.
picky
Small
food.
plates. You can almost like order. You can do like deals on like multiple. Like you know,
Yeah.
you do all sorts of shit with that.
And I think we had a conversation about having like two
I
parts
don't know
of the
about
bar.
deals.
Know about
food.
deals.
Yeah, it's got a
Food.
very like Weatherspoons vibe.
Yeah.
Doing
Okay.
deals.
Right.
Get a burger and a pint for £5.
Not like that. You
Or like a kind of like tapas.
in
like,
I know what
business,
you mean.
deals are a fantastic way
Torrid
to bring
Lounge
in
type thing.
revenue, and it's just another revenue stream that you can change depending on what's going on around your building. You know, like time of year, blah blah blah. So there will be deals, but it's not going to be like, yeah, get a burger and a large
Two for
Coke
three-
for
three for
fucking
two,
£5
or like-
for an extra £2. Get a pint of fucking lager. You know,
That's,
nothing. Like that.
yeah, no,
nothing like
it's,
that.
yeah, that's what.
And it's
that's
also
what
about how you
worries me
fucking
with the
present
idea of
it. When you
deals.
go into Weatherspoons and you open up the menu, and you're like, wow.
And there's like all these big gold
enormous.
circles
Yeah,
all over
and
it.
it's like, it's fine. Whereas we're gonna have this cutesy little,
Oh, for sure, yeah.
tiny little menu, drinks on the front, food on the back, easy peasy. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be super sleek. Obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. How do you picture the bar though? I'm interested.
Well, I think we've had a conversation before where we've said we're going to have it into like two split, like it's the bar split into two sort of vibes area. like a comfort area. You know, I think someone's mentioned like
ages ago we
beanbags
did
and
talk
stuff.
about like an upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah, and then you've got the very sleek cocktail vibe area.
Yeah, upstairs and then downstairs you could have something different, like a little bit more.
But that's how I see it, obviously, because you still want it to have a feeling of Old Flat 5. What is Old Flat 5?
Well, that's the point.
And not just throw a name on a building.
We haven't
That's what we're
well,
trying
that's
to
what we're
figure
going
out.
to figure out.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of time to figure that out.
Exactly.
But I think we've got some really good ideas, to be honest.
Oh, for sure. We just need to
And we can 100% do it.
make them happen.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like,
Well, that's what
how do we
shrubbery's
do
for.
that? Where do we
Shrubbery.
go?
Oh yeah, Strawberry is basically to get Old Flat 5's name out there.
You
Our little
start doing
promo
these
thing.
pop-ups, you get it fucking successful, you start going to more and more and more and more festivals
And then at that point,
events
you can
and
sort of say to people,
start
oh,
doing private events, and then all of a sudden you're raking in cash. And we open a bar.
We
It's
open a
just
bar
that
just
easy.
like
I don't know
that.
why everyone's fucking
well, that's when you
complaining
start
about
spreading
it.
the word to people.
Huh?
That's when you start spreading the word about Old
Yeah,
Flat 5 at
mate.
these festivals, because that's where people who drink go. They go to festivals.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why we start small. Right? I'm sorry,
Okay,
bro. It's just
fiddling,
like,
fiddling.
I like to fiddle. I don't know.
Again.
It's the beer, mate.
It's getting to you.
Yeah. I mean, that's why you start small at those small events where
We
like
do like food festivals,
Yeah.
like local town
where the
fetes
pitching
and
costs
things.
are like nothing, and you can
literally
make
nothing.
fucking loads.
Yeah.
Loads.
Mm.
And like the great thing about Shrubbery and its concept is that it's cheap. It's really cheap for us to do really well.
Oh, we
Yeah.
waste
Right.
anything, so they think that
Well,
we sell is profit.
Is well, we don't waste
Not profit,
anything.
There's no waste.
There's no waste. And
So you're not throwing
making
money away.
shrubs is a very cheap thing to do. So we're going to be able to cost our products like
Yeah.
quite low in comparison to other people that are going to be at these things. So you know, that's just one way to get more people straight away. I'm super excited about the garnishes, actually.
The garnishes.
Garnishes.
Which ones?
Taking the fruit we use to make the shrub, dehydrating
Oh,
it
yeah.
when it's candied, and then you just clip a little cone of it onto the side of the jam jar.
No, you see, I've
Beautiful.
tried dehydrating the fruits that come out of the shrub
In a dehydrator.
in a dehydrator for 8 to 6, well, between like 6-8 hours.
You need
plus.
more, way more, 12 to
I've
13.
left it overnight anyway. So, and I've come back, and it basically, because there's so much sugar now in there, and it's become like a syrup inside there. It just becomes more of like a chewy sweet.
See, that just tells me that you didn't go far enough. You can get it till it's hard, 100%. I did it with someone I work with.
We got the pineapples.
We took pineapple
Yeah.
and we got the pineapple all the way till it's crispy, and then we blended it and used that blended candied pineapple as like a sugar rim, essentially. You can get it there 100%. Just takes a really long time.
What?
Yeah, it was for one of
Damn.
Thomas's cocktails.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually, yeah, that's
Some fucking
really,
awesome ideas
really
sometimes
cool.
for it, yeah. And if you were to get like one of the nude rocks glasses, put like a cocktail in there, and then you could do like paint up
Yeah, up the side
the
of it.
side, and then have just this line of like candied pineapple. It looks awesome, dude. Comes out just like a sugar, and because it's dehydrated, it'll last forever.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Could do something like that as well. Could do something like that. So I've seen a lot of cool cocktails at the moment that are in kind of glasses like this, but with a slightly smaller diameter top. And they'll have like a foam across the top, and then they'll dust something like that, like in colour,
over
and
the
just
top.
completely cover the top.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you'll
yeah,
have
yeah.
like pink, white, pink, whatever, like
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
colour that was. Just the colour of the drink I saw. Looks really cool. You could do it with that.
Nice.
And it'd be all like sweet and crunchy, and then it'd be like, yeah.
Should we?
Tangent.
Will's already finished. I didn't even
I don't
notice
even,
it.
I don't know how you can do it, mate.
It's just, you get to a point where you just see it as a liquid, get it over and done with.
Yeah, fair. How are you feeling? How's your head? Are you getting a
Yeah,
little?
you feeling a little bit tipsy.
You're
I'm
drinking it
feeling-
fast, bro. It's 1% that one.
I really want to try this one.
This one.
With
This one
the
seems
yuzu.
Yuzu and ginger.
Yuzu and ginger. That
Yeah,
sounds
no, I'm
awesome.
excited for it.
I feel like it's going to be like a
I'll go
ginger
grab
ale.
Oh yeah, they're outside.
They're in the fridge.
They're in the fridge, of course.
Like a ginger ale? No.
Like a zesty ginger ale.
No. I don't think so.
I don't know. I have no preconceptions. Yeah, I'm actually struggling to drink it
Or
fast.
ginger beer. Maybe more on the side of ginger beer.
No, I don't think so, personally. But
hope
let's find
not.
out. Let's drink it.
I really hope not.
It tastes like ginger beer. It would be really weird. Oh, shit. What are you going to do? Because I'm going to try and do better.
You're gonna try and do better than me.
Yeah. Oh, is it going to be that?
No, I don't think so. I was just gonna.
Right. You got a bit of a
It's got a bit of
kick.
a nice one.
Yes. Right, let's go.
My man. I haven't even finished this one.
Just get it down.
Just get it down, you bro. I already had the idea to put it back in the bottle. Boom. I love the bottles. They're so cute.
The bottles are pretty cool, yeah.
The little owl on the front as well.
You
Yuzu
boys have
ginger
never had
non-ale.
Japanese beer before, have you?
I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, mate.
I think, I don't know if it was Japanese. We went out for lunch once and we went somewhere and you made me try a beer from Asia.
Oh, yeah, maybe. You might have had the Kirin.
Kirin Ichiban, we had
We did.
we had it at work. Yeah, I've tried that one. That one actually is really good. I like Kirin.
Wow. So,
Wow. Wow.
throw up Owen Wilson.
Anyone get cardamom?
Huh?
Anyone get cardamom? I get cardamom. Like at the end of the yuzu.
Yeah, maybe.
Like sweet cardamom.
So this
Like
is
rose cardamom syrup.
this is a yuzu ginger non-ale.
So is it an ale? Or is it not?
It's just
So
a word
I'm
for,
assuming
like,
that's
low
probably
ABV,
their way of
yeah.
saying like small beer or alcohol-free non-ale.
Tastes exactly how I thought it would taste.
Low alcohol. And how is that?
Yeah.
Like, there's a flavour I get right at the end. I'm trying to remember what it tastes like. Tasted something like that before.
I mean,
You know-
it's
you know
everything
what?
it says it is, isn't it?
You hate him for saying it, but ginger beer.
Doesn't taste like ginger beer.
It does have a ginger beer vibe.
It has a ginger beer vibe. It doesn't taste
Yeah,
like ginger beer.
not like a
I was trying to
cloudy
say, I'm not
ginger
gonna say
beer.
ginger beer, 'cause it's not ginger beer. Because of the
I
notes
don't
of
get
ginger in
that.
it.
Yeah.
I think just the hops and the barley are probably bringing
Wow.
less of the ginger intensity that you get from a ginger beer.
Yeah.
Now, I don't drink ginger beer
mean-
because I don't like it.
Ginger beer. I love
But-
ginger beer. Like, I love the burn from the ginger.
I like ginger beer.
love the sweetness, the
That's what you don't get from
flavour.
here because of all the other.
Yeah, so I wouldn't
stuff.
call it a ginger beer.
What is it like?
Taste-wise,
I disagree, guys.
If you're
I'm
gonna-
sorry.
if
It
you're
tastes
gonna
like
describe
at the
it to
end.
someone.
At the beginning, you get yuzu and a little bit of ginger, and like that kind of like, especially in your nose, the ginger goes up there. But then the flavour immediately of ginger and yuzu fades,
Oh, it
and
goes
it fades
straight away,
into
yes.
just like
It goes like a
malt,
cream. I was gonna say more, but it goes more like creamy in your mouth.
malt and
At the end.
barley.
yeah, it's got much more of the malt flavour to it, especially more than the Infinite Lager.
Yeah.
Crisp AF. I've just seen on the can.
Yeah, this is what I was saying, crisp AF, but that stands for alcohol free.
Alcohol-free, not
As fuck. Crisp as fuck, bro. This is my favourite one though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely, it's
I have to agree with you on that one. Yeah.
because it has something that makes it
It's got a
interesting.
flavour to it. It's got a more bolder flavour to it anyway
It's got a bolder flavour to
yeah,
it.
yeah.
than the rest of them. I think the first one.
To be fair, the small beer, the dark lager, I probably like the most because I like those dark beers. I like stouts and I like those really like rich, creamy, like dark chocolate kind of coffee notes in a beer.
It's too heavy.
Yeah, which is why this is probably
Which is why this
it's
is a bit nicer.
like on the similar like way on the scale, but just the other side.
Yeah.
Rather than being rich, dark, and creamy, this is like light, vibrant, and like a little bit
Fruity.
spicy.
There is a bit of
fruity,
spice.
Yeah.
Always a bit of spice.
So
Yeah, I like it.
I think it's the best one we've got.
This one we would say is more of a lager. If we're gonna put
That
it
is
in
a lager.
categories,
Yeah,
it's a lager.
yeah.
It said lager on the front.
Mm-hmm.
Stout.
Dark
It's
lager.
got the flavours of a stout.
It's got the flip, but it's a dark lager.
It's a dark
dark
lager,
lager.
so
which is a thing.
it is a type of beer.
Which is not.
But
a
I've
stout.
not tried like
I've
a
never
dark
had
lager before.
I've never had a dark lager.
Yeah.
To
And
be
then an ale.
Ginger beer.
Ginger beer
Ginger beer.
just doesn't taste
Go on
like
then.
ginger beer to me. Yeah, pretty much.
I like this one. I think it's got everything you would want. If it had alcohol in it, I think that could be a really cool.
Well, we can just add some alcohol.
Get some sake.
Get the Ray and nephew.
Get some sake in.
Yeah,
Sake in there would actually be really nice.
probably would be quite
Yeah,
nice.
we go for that.
Do a shot of sake and then. Have you seen them all where they shake the beer up and then spray it into the glass?
What?
What?
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's a way of serving a beer, and there's always like a pint glass. Yeah, it's a pint glass. There's something in the bottom, and then they grab the beer, they put their thumb over it, shake it, and then pour it into the glass while it's going everywhere.
Interesting.
Why?
I don't know.
So it's flat when they drink it.
Maybe.
Why would you want that? Well, according to Facebook, I don't know if you've ever seen that video. Don't drink your beer with bubbles in it. Make it flat first.
What?
No. Who is posting this?
What? Yeah, I know. Oh,
What?
mate, I've met so many people as well who are like, "Oh, you might know about this. Isn't it true that you're supposed to like pour your beer from up here so that it's flat when it goes in the glass?" Or,
Oh, what? Like Will was doing last time?
Yeah, pretty much.
That one we will cut back to.
It's not just me. Completely lost my train of thought.
if you're gonna do it, from up
Yeah,
there,
something about pouring beer to make it flat.
Oh
and
yeah,
people are going,
some people say
fun.
that you just shouldn't drink carbonated things. Apparently, I don't know why. I saw this ages ago.
so making it flat is just going to take all of that
better
out.
for you.
They are the people that think the
It's
Earth is
bullshit.
flat.
It's bullshit. Huh?
But they're the people that think the Earth is flat.
I hope not. Flat earthers.
Flat Earth. Exactly.
Let's not get into the flat earthers now.
Don't start.
Trigger warning.
Trigger warning. Yeah.
Put the noise in the trigger warning. Exactly. Right. So if you could put those in order, all three, what would you do? Jamie?
Oh, this one's my
Number one.
favourite.
Yeah.
Nice beer, small beer.
This
Infinite.
one's my second favourite,
Mhm.
and then this one is my least favourite.
Mm.
I'm guessing the
Mm.
same.
Yeah, I'd actually put the small beer first. I think I prefer the small beer because it's probably the closest to a beer
Mm-hmm.
out of them.
Yeah.
I like the Nest beer as like a drink on its own. Like if I wanted a soft drink, I would choose that one.
This one?
Yeah, I would drink it as a soft drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas the small beer, I would drink it as if it was a beer,
Yeah.
and I would enjoy it as a beer. The Infinite beer, I would never touch again.
Probably not.
I just think there's much better things out there.
There are. There are much better non-alcoholic beers.
Yeah,
A glass of milk, for example.
a glass of milk.
Yeah, water. Milk is good for you. Water. Because they're all just like substitutes to,
Beer.
to non-alcoholic
Mm.
fizzy juice. That's what it tastes like for me.
I think that's what it is, isn't it? I guess it's just the way they've made it.
That's just the nature of making non-alcoholic beer. That's the flavors you get. But yeah, the small beer, as you say, it's pretty impressive how well they've done, how close they've got.
Yeah.
Infinite beer is just it's not
I've
close
never
enough.
heard of Infinite beer anyway. To start with, I don't know. There might be a small
Never
company.
seen them anyway.
No, I've never seen them before.
They seem
Maybe it's
to
an
only
American
sell
brand.
online, as it says, buy online on it, and there's a couple of supermarkets you can get it in.
They'll
Apparently,
stock it. 33 calories per can.
Yeah, well,
But that's
who's counting calories?
That's their target market.
Yeah,
That's why, of all of them, it's the only one to list how many calories are in it in big gold.
Mm.
That's a target market.
Yeah, people who want to watch their calorie watches,
Calorie counting.
That's the
calorie
one.
counters.
Right. So,
Yeah.
boys, what's our next step? What are we doing next?
I'm just
What-
creating more drinks.
Yeah.
More
I
drinks
think
for the
it's, yeah,
menu
just
and
to
like
get more drinks
learning
out there.
Keep doing
more
stuff.
processes and all sorts. We got kombucha on the go. It's actually working. I'm
Do
so
have
shocked.
kombucha on the go? We need to do some posts about that. We need to like.
Yeah,
Should have been taking like
we
progress.
should have been taking photos, but I honestly.
But then maybe
I
it's just going to go horribly wrong at some stage.
I don't think it's going to go wrong.
I think it's looking really good.
Not now. It smells great. It smells great. It smells vinegary. Normally at the 2-week stage, if it's not worked, if you've got bacteria in there before
Yeah.
like the SCOBY can fully take, then you're going to smell it. It's going to smell really bad. But no, it still smells fresh, like fruity, vinegary. We're getting a layer over the top now.
Yeah, it's coming together nicely. I think.
So 2 more weeks, maybe, or more. It's a bit cold in here for it, but it's not
And then we
so
have
cold.
kombucha, or we have the
Then we have
SCOBY.
the symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, and after that we brew more tea. We put that on the tea,
And then that
and
turns
then
the tea into kombucha.
in like about a week we'll have kombucha, and then we can flavor it in a second fermentation and carbonate it afterwards. And then I'm going to start adding it to cocktails.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see. We need to strengthen the SCOBY before we can start like playing around with other teas and shit as well.
Well, have you got any projects on the go? Apart from merch drop.
Oh, merch drop. Yes, merch drop.
Odd Flat 5 merch drop!
God, tagline.
What do we got coming out, bro? What do we got on
Jumpers,
the...
A lot of jumpers.
Jumpers. Jumpers. So many jumpers.
Jumpers. Right.
Jumpers.
Yeah, no,
Boats.
I need to get all the prints sorted out. Got all the drawings done.
Nice.
So graphic design is all sorted.
Lovely.
I need you to send me
Yeah.
all the fucking
You've
All
been
the stuff
asking
that you
for
did,
like
yeah.
months now that I've just completely forgotten about. Every time you ask me, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do it in like an hour, and then that hour comes, and I've completely
just-
forgotten.
no,
It's just like,
happening.
what?
I just need to find someone that will produce it. Because I've got a company that's doing it at the moment, but they can only do it in certain colours. That's 4
Yeah.
colours, and that's
We want to find like
I want a whole
someone who
I want a
can do
whole
whatever
range
we
of
want.
colours. Exactly, and then for example,
Yeah.
if I was to change the graphics, I don't want to just do it on front and back. I want to do it on the sleeves, or I want to change certain colours on the jumper.
Yeah, of course.
But that's things we need to look into again.
Yeah.
In time, but
That's what's coming.
the jumpers we've got at the moment, I think it's a start.
Pretty cool. They are really cool.
They are nice.
Which you can
I
see on the
still
Old Flat
want
5
one.
Instagram.
When am I going to get one?
Just ask me, bro.
Just ask me. Email Will Malcolm.
Will Malcolm 9 at something.
Great, no one could email me. Fuck that, I don't even have my own email.
Yeah, he doesn't even know his own.
Leave us a
fucking
comment
email.
if you want a jumper.
Exactly. Let me know. Just
Or
follow-
we'll post something when they're actually ready.
Yeah,
and then
when we finalise all
when we
the
can do
designs and
things.
shit.
I want to do like stickers and like
stickers, pins,
badges, pins,
Pins,
all this kind
bar
of shit.
blades.
bandanas.
Yeah. Basically,
things.
there's a whole lot of campaigning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the next thing
Yeah.
that we've got to do.
We
Tons.
just need to need to do a load of shit on social media,
Yeah.
get the name out there.
Kind of want to finish Shrubbery.
Yeah,
Like-
we can do all this.
I mean,
stuff as
like, have our business portfolio.
well. Yeah.
Like the business
Done.
plan for it.
Be able to walk in to be able to show someone this is the company, this is how much we stand to make, this is how we're going to do it. All of that information in our portfolio, ready to go. That's
Yeah.
what I want to.
That's what I mean. That's the big campaign.
That's what I want
And
to
then
finish.
we've got a ton of these little like
Little, like, yeah,
extra
side
money
products
making
on the side. Yeah,
side things, brands, building.
it's all going to help
Type
us to get
stuff,
it off the
networking
ground, though,
things.
isn't it?
Yeah, essentially.
Really.
That's all we
Oh,
need.
hey, bro.
Hey man, how's
Hey.
it going?
Oh.
Sweet. Yeah. Should we sign out?
I reckon we should.
we say a little
I
goodbye?
think today was going to be a short one. I mean, there's no alcohol, so we ain't chit chatting.
Say that. It's actually been 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the normal length.
I mean, when we edit it down, you know.
Yeah, probably.
You'll get a bit
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
smaller.
cut this out.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, well.
Well, this was fun. I enjoyed drinking non-alcoholic beer today.
This was nice. Next time we'll be back to the
Next time we'll be
crazy
waiting.
shenanigans that we normally get up to.
Yeah, man, please.
But yeah, sweet. Thank you, everyone.
Someone
watching.
is watching.
Someone.
You.
Thank you, Mum. Thank you, Dad. Thanks for the likes. No, sweet. That's all from us.
Thanks for watching.
See you next week. Ciao.
No, I've got to try and hit the.
Press the button. Tap it. That's it. Yeah.